Hello and welcome to FM Wonderkids, hopefully helping you get the best out of Football Manager 2022. My name is Rhys. Coming up on today's show, we've got 10 of the best centre-backs in Football Manager 2022, the best young centre-backs in Football Manager 2022. What do they look like now? What do they look like in the future? And how much can you get them for at the start of the game? So make sure you hit like, hit subscribe if you are new. Plenty more content like this coming soon and on the channel. Now, let me show you first player number one, Wesley Fofana. Now, if you follow me on Twitter at FMWKDS, you may have seen what Wesley Fofana looks like in the future already, because I did post a little cheeky tweet out there as well. I think I did one on Instagram as well. But listen, he's a wonder kid. Media description wonder kid. He's looking very, very good at the age of 20 already at Leicester. They value him at 75 million for 112 million. He looks very, very good in 10 years time, trust me. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video to see that. Then we got Ethan Ampadu, the 20-year-old Welshman, valued between 17 million and 25 million by Chelsea, and he's currently out on loan. He's a centre-back, but he can also play centre midfield and stuff like that, right? The way I've organised these players is I've got my scout's opinion on their best position, and that's how I try to minimise crossover between the defensive centre midfield video and the centre-back video, right? So Ethan Ampadu, looking good. Check out what it looks like in 10 years' time in a little bit. Josko Gvardiol next, valued between 48 and 57 million by RB Leipzig here. He's got some great attributes already, right? Aggression, bravery, determination, strength, pace, natural fitness, tackling. Again, media description wonder kid. He's very, very good already. I wonder how good he's going to be in 10 years' time. Gonzalo Inachao next, right? And I hope I got that pronunciation right. No greens popping out at us, but again, we can see he is described as a wonder kid here in this save, and different saves may vary, etc., etc. But composure 15 is one of the things that stand out. So like a ball-playing defender, right? Valued between 19.5 and 24 million pounds here by Sporting Lisbon. Check out what he looks like in 10 years' time at the end of the video. Strahanja Pavlovitch, I'm going to say. I think I nailed that pronunciation right. Jumping reach 16, he's 6'4", he's got determination, positioning, work rate, a lot of things that you would want from your centre-back. At 20 years old, I think he's going to be great in 10 years' time. He's valued between 8.4 and 12.5 million pounds. Check out what he looks like in 10 years' time towards the end of the video. Lena Skecher is going to get you. He's next on our list. Anticipation 16. But other than that, he's looking a little bit weak in terms of attributes. But guess what? He's only 17 years old. He's going to be great. Tungai Ninzao next. I think I got that right. Determination 16. Bravery and composure both 14. He's only 19. He's a fairly determined centre-back. 6'2". He's got everything you need to become a world-class centre-back in the future. Let's hope that he makes it in this save. He's contracted to Bayern Munich. 10 years time, stick around till the end. Jared Branthwaite next. No idea why he didn't get any games in the Premier League last year, because I had him in my Fantasy Premier League team and he cost just 4 million. So if you want to follow my Fantasy Premier League channel, by the way, the link to that is in the video description. Branthwaite's going to be good in the future, right? Bravery 17, jumping reach 18 already. He's only 19 years old. He's valued at under 27 million, so might be a cheeky one to get into your teams if you're after like an English player, right? And I know a lot of people are after English players if you want to fulfill your quota for Europe, etc. Stay tuned to see what he looks like in 10 years' time. Omar Salette next, or Solei maybe. He's a 21-year-old French dude valued under 15 million pounds. Marking 15 here in this save and passing 14, right? So again, very technical, very good with strength, mentals, technicals. He's 21 though, so he's just kind of over the wonder kid bracket. 6'4" though is really interesting. Another English guy then, Taylor Harwood Bellis, a 19-year-old on loan from Man City, but he's only valued at 15.5 million max. Some good stats, marking being one of them, right? He's got a couple of 14s, jumping, reach, positioning, determination's 15 as well, by the way. He is surely going to be good in 10 years time, but it's just, is he going to get that game time? That's it. I think we can fast forward now. Let's set the watches, fast forward 10 years time to see what these guys look like, baby. Okay, so here we are in 10 years time. The year is 2031. Let me just load up my shortlist. And incidentally, if you want to get hold of this and any and all of the shortlists that we use on these videos, consider becoming a patron. The patrons get hold of every single shortlist that we use. It's as easy as clicking load shortlist. The one we're using today is called, guess what, the best young centre backs. I can't find it. There's just too many. There it is. and you click load, okay? Thank you very much for all the patrons. If you're watching and you are a patron, you're my hero. Let me just get rid of some of the regens that are on here, or new gens, or whatever you call them, just by filtering the age up to about 25. That should do it. 26. Let's go. Okay, we're going to start off with Fofana then, because I teased him at the start. I told you he was going to become very, very good. We can see here that he has. He's 30 years old. He is now an elite centre-back playing for Manchester United. Green's all over the shop physically, mentally, and technically, and he's a very good ball playing defender. Looking into his history, he's developed quite well, playing a lot of games across a lot of seasons. Leicester loaned him out to Saint Etienne here in 2021. I can't figure out whether that's before the game starts or not. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, he's done really well, and my scouts tell me that not only is he a consistent performer, but guess what? He enjoys them big matches. Pavlovitch next, and this is one that looks like he maybe hasn't developed as much as he could or should have. Positioning 15, jump and reach 17, and strength 16 are the ones that stick out. Height 6'4". Looking into his history, yeah, you can see here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons, I think, where he just hasn't had enough game time. Looking at his scout reports though, look, he's got the underlying stats, enjoys big matches, and is a fairly consistent performer. Get him in your teams, but make sure you play him more than he's been played. Your players are never going to develop to their potential if they don't play at least like 10 games a season, right? Getcha is going to get you. Lena Skecher is next. Agility, balance, stamina. God, he's like an attacking midfielder with these physicals. Determination, concentration, composure, aggression, positioning. All these 14 or above. Not quite world class. You can see 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 seasons that have let him down in terms of development, but my scouts do tell me that he's a fairly consistent performer, and that is good enough for me. Ampadu has developed very nicely into quite a good Welsh player, right? He's an experienced centre-back, 16 balance, 16 anticipation, 16 bravery, 16 composure here, positioning 15, tackling 15, marking 15. The only weakness, I think, is his heading. He's only 6 foot tall, his jumping's 13 and his heading is 12, right? So I think you'd need to partner him with a player who can head the ball, or maybe just play him in the centre midfield. History-wise, yeah, he's had a lot of game time, which is good. Even this year here, where he played just 11 games for Paris Saint-Germain, would you believe it or not, is good for development. Like I said, 10 games plus is usually the rule that I put on it. Looking into his attributes then, and his hidden attributes, you can see consistent performer and big matches. Ampadu is a hard sign. Harwood Bellis then has become really good. Marking 16, tackling, okay, 13 isn't really good enough. Heading 14, positioning 16 though. Concentration, composure, decisions. Jump and reach, accelerations, agility, etc. History-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, just count them up, 4 seasons worth of zero growth, right? But he's playing for Manchester United here, which shows the kind of pedigree this guy's got, and the underlying stats tell me he is a fairly consistent performer. Tungai Nianzao next. Marking lets him down a little bit, but tackling 14, heading 16, positioning 14 are all very good. Determination 17, composure and concentration. Concentration, right, just by the way, is one of the most important stats you could have as a centre-back, in my opinion. Balance, jump and reach, natural fitness, all 16. That is good. Don't make any mistakes about that. Very good development in terms of game time for this guy here. Average rating 7.08, and he enjoys big matches and is a fairly consistent performer, among other things. Jarrod Braithwaite looks like he hasn't really developed that well. Bravery and jump and reach really stand out, and he is quite well-rounded physically and mentally. 6'5", which is huge, but technically he just really isn't quite good enough, I don't think, to be called world class anyway, but decent for a decent kind of mid-table team potentially. He's played a lot of games, so there's no excuses really here for Jarrod Braithwaite rather, but he is a fairly consistent performer, which is useful, right? Definitely someone worth looking at, and hopefully he can get better in your saves. He might even start off better in your saves, because there are variable potentials for some of these guys, right? Omar Solei next. Oh, look at that, juicy. Passing and marking, both 16. That's really good. That would really lead me to play him somewhere around there in these positions, to be honest with you. Physically amazing. Stamina, natural fitness, jump and reach, balance, agility. I like that a lot. History-wise, we can see, yeah, he's played a lot of games, which is great for his development. Average rating of 7 over the years. Reports-wise, we can see it's a fairly consistent performer and shows a fairly ambitious nature, which is always good. Gonzalo in a chow next. Wow, look at those positions. That's one of the craziest position maps I've ever seen, to be fair, but he's very, very good. Look at these stats. Head in 16, marking 15. In fact, let me just take a screenshot of that because I'm going to put that on Twitter. Balance 16, jump in reach, natural fitness, really, really cool. History-wise, you can see, ooh, 9 games, that's not too bad, but 0 games there is really bad. Playing for Man City, so you can see why they have a lot of competition for places. But consistent performer, enjoys big matches, spirited individual. He's got some good underlying stats, this man. One of our favourites and probably the best then today, we saved the best to the last, is Jasko Kvardial, right? He's very, very good here. First touch 16, head in 16, long throw 16, mark in 16, pass in 16, tackle in 16, aggression, anticipation, bravery, composure, determination, strength, stamina, pace, natural fitness, balance, accelerate. Jeez, he's very, very good, isn't he? Average rating of 7.26 over the years. My reporters tell me he enjoys big matches. He's a consistent performer, great pace, professional individual, amongst other things. Guys, that's your list for today. Screenshot it, write it down, get it into your game. Let me know if you've signed any of these players in the comments below. How have they turned out for you? Thank you so much for watching. Do hit a like on the video, hit share as well. That really helps us out. I'm gonna see you later.